Hey everybody, it's Friday, so you know what that means. Another blast from the past video for G.I. Joe Classified. This time we'll be taking a look at the Red Ninja. The Red Ninja is number 8 in the line, and a little history of the character. He was originally released in 1993 as part of the 3 3/4 inch A Real American Hero line. He was basically just a repaint of the character of Dice, who was a purple Cobra Ninja that worked with a character named Slice. The two of them were released previous year in 1992, I believe, and the following year they released Red Ninjas, which was just a repaint. Curiously enough, there isn't that much red on the Red Ninjas. It was mostly like pink, black, and like purple. But they still call them the Red Ninjas. In any case, they didn't look anything like this iteration, which I think is entirely new. I don't believe this is based on any... It's definitely not based on anything that came out in A Real American Hero. It could have come out post-21st century at some point. Some part of the modern era line, maybe. Like Retaliation, Pursuit of Cobra, 25th anniversary, something like that. But I didn't collect any of those lines, so I'm not really that well versed in the action figures of the 2000s and 2010s. I do know that I've never seen this particular look before, although it does have a lot of similarities to the hand ninjas from the Marvel comics. I do think I've seen like similar looking outfits that were worn by the Hand in Daredevil comics or such. I could be wrong though. I could just be thinking of something else. In any case, this is a mostly new sculpt. I don't really traffic in knowledge of the reused parts for this line. I know there are a lot of guys out there who do videos or just know anyway which parts were reused from which characters, but I don't really have the eye for that, so I don't tend to bother with that part of the collecting. Anyway, let's take a look at the box here. We're still in the plastic era of Hasbro. They haven't gone plastic free yet, so this is what the packaging looks like for the Red Ninja. You've got his picture there, name on the bottom, number 8 on the top with a window for the light to shine through, that Cobra symbol. There's the file card replacement. Then on the side you got another image. And then on the back, that big picture. And legalese on the bottom. Here's a Ninja Viper in hand. Take him off his stand. So he has a couple of overlays. One is this belt piece, which has these like sashes hanging down. They're both attached to the belt itself. And then he has this shoulder harness overlay right there, which has a hole in the back that lines up with the hole in the figure's back, so you can plug in the backpack that I'll show you later. As you can see, he's got quite a lot of slots to store accessories, and the backpack comes with 3 more, so this guy does come with quite an arsenal, and we'll go through that when we get to accessories. The head sculpt's pretty decent on this guy, in my opinion. He's got those white eyes, makes him look pretty sinister. That black mask with some red on the lower jaw. And the Cobra emblem right there on the headband. A little point on the hood in the back there. Articulation wise, he can look down that much. Not too much there. The collar there kind of gets in the way, but even without the collar, I don't think he would look down that much more anyway. He can look up that much. He's got a little bit of tilt. Exorcist turn. His arm can go all the way around. Can't go straight around though because the shoulder parts and the harness there get in the way, but they're soft enough plastic that you can just move around them. Can hinge his arms up about 90 degrees. He's got the bicep cut. He's got double hinged arms, so they are pinned, which was common in the early days of G.I. Joe Classified. He has a vertical hinge on the right wrist and on the left wrist. He's got that ab crunch. Can bend forward that far. He can break his spine going back. He's got some twist in the waist, not much though. He's got some tilt. So I imagine that means there's a dumbbell at the waist. The drop down hip lets him get that far up of a kick. You can go back that quite a bit. He's got quite a bit of range going back there compared to other figures anyway. And because of the drop down hip, he can go full splits. He can get almost, he can get over 90 degrees. Just over 90 on the splits. That's pretty good. Put the hips back in. He's got a thigh cut and a boot cut hidden by the boot. Double hinged, pinned legs. Knee joints, I should say. His foot goes back that far, goes forward that far, and you got the rocker there. Accessory wise, he comes with a backpack. As I mentioned before, it's pretty basic. It's got 3 slots, as you can see, for 3 different weapons, but there's really not much to it. It just plugs into his back. It's like that. Pretty simple, really. Alright, now here is the interesting part. He comes with a bunch of weapons. Now, I will start with the comma. These weapons are pretty much borrowed to the entire, set of weapons he comes with is borrowed from the 00 Snake Eyes, I believe, that they released at the very beginning of the Classified line. Now, the thing about these weapons is in the packaging, like when you first buy this figure, these are all black plastic. They're all colored the same color as his handle. So what you see on my figures is paint that I've done. I've added chrome paint to the weapons to make them look better, because just plain black plastic doesn't really do it for me. So, as you can see, now they look like they're actually made of metal instead of plastic. And to accomplish this, I used this chrome marker here. Now, you could use normal paint. I was actually told that I should use normal paint, but I saw this and I thought this would be good to use. And the only drawback that I've seen with using the marker is sometimes the paint can chip away. Like if you use paint with a sealant, I think you can probably get better results, or longer lasting results, I should say. So he comes with those comma, and I usually just slide those into the backpack right here. I go all the way in. He also comes with a pair of Psy, and again, out of the package, these are all black. Just to remind you, I did the painting, the silver chrome paint myself. These I slide into his belt here. There we go. And he comes with a pair of axes, which again were all black when I first got the figure, and I painted them. I painted the blades chrome. Give him a nice shine. Now he can't hold everything, but if you want him to hold one of the swords, then you're gonna have to leave one of the sets of, like the axes, the comma or the Psy, you're gonna have to leave out of the, like he won't be able to hold those because he only has slots to hold 4 of these smaller weapons. The 2 swords peg in here and here, but those don't fit the other weapons. So he'll always have to hold at least 2 of these if you want to display him with everything. Otherwise, you can put one set of these weapons away and just have him holding a sword. And he comes with this smaller sword. This is the one that pegs into the slot on his back there. I'm not going to do that in this video because this sword was pretty badly chipped when I was taking the figure down from my display to do the review. So I had to touch it up with the marker, and it's still drying. I still need to let it dry, so I don't want to slide it back into the backpack yet. But there's that sword. And lastly, he comes with this longer sword. Got a longer handle. And just a longer blade in general. I am not a ninja weapon expert, so I couldn't tell you what kind of sword this is. It is not a katana, I know that. In fact, neither is the other sword. Katanas are very specific types of swords, but this is almost like a spear, it's so long. And this one can slide right into his belt there. So this is a pretty decent figure. Now, they did another release of the Red Ninja in blue, calling it the Blue Ninja. How creative. That came in a 2-pack that also included a female version. The female version was based on the Akiko figure from the Snake Eyes Origins movie. I don't have that figure because I didn't collect any of the Snake Eyes Origins movie figures. There were 5 of them, I believe. There was a Snake Eyes, a Storm Shadow, a Baroness, a Scarlet, and the Akiko. Yeah, there were 5 of them. I didn't get any of those figures, so you won't be seeing them on this channel. Reviews of those figures on this channel. But the female Blue Ninja was based on that one. I will do a review of the Blue Ninja later when I get to that number in the line. If you haven't noticed already, I'm kind of going in order by number. I've missed a few numbers that you may have noticed as well. As I mentioned before in my first video, I did not get the original Snake Eyes or the Roadblock, which were numbers 1 and 2. Roadblock was number 1, Snake Eyes was number 2. And I also didn't get the 00 Snake Eyes. So there are a few other figures I didn't get from the earlier waves as well. But I've gotten pretty much everything since, like, Cobra Island, I believe. I think the last figure I didn't get was... Oh, no, I didn't get the Snake Eyes Timber re-release either. I got the original Alpha Commando, but I didn't get the re-release version because it's too similar. I'm still playing the waiting game on that. I do intend to get that at some point, but I'm waiting for the price to go down. I actually got my Alpha Commando set for only like 25 quid, so if I can get the re-release for 25 quid, I will. Just because I want the second Timber, you know, the all-white Timber. But anyway, there you have it for the Red Ninja. Pretty decent army builder. At this point in the line, I wasn't army building yet, so I only got 1 of him. I don't regret it, though, because I don't know if I would have gotten 2 if I had been army building at the point. He looks okay, but he's not like a figure that I have any nostalgia for. He wasn't around when I was collecting. He didn't exist, so I just kind of thought, hey, you know, here's a interesting figure, I'll pick him up. But unlike, say, the Viper or the Eel, I didn't really care to get more than 1 of them. But that's it for the Red Ninja. Give me a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you next time.